Abusua mwakwa Edoba Daily Update TV so na na ohwe dwumadi na no subscribe am YouTube channel like and share. Abusua fa credit ma join Newz. Dr. Rashid Tanku, Deputy Director of IT. Edin komo bi ewo dwumadi ne so na nkoma na wo di no chairman seat na omoka injunction bi ho asem. Na abusua na odin komo se NPP minority 87. That's not the correct numbers. The correct numbers is not up to 87 now. The all can say there is some seat in what quarter or Ponu constituency BFN Ablekuma Central and Tema East. Yes, one was say sir a one illegal. Yes, our court they are pursuing it. And you know minority form where the day or calm it down because even the 87 crowd they are not up to. And you know this two seat may they maintain that they minimum half one south near Ablekuma north near Tema Central. But or say this is Ablekuma Central. That is a new seat. This is the first time we open up our woman. There is this seat under contention. Ablekuma Central and Tema East. You could see Dr. Rashid Tanku, Deputy IT of elections. Edema NDC amenyokuno. Our joy news. Anopa nkomo twetwe ano omo twetwe na obi sa kiwe editum because NPP minority for no as original say omo behwe na eye bafo boni his lordship bafo boni the vetting committee process no omo be stop it yet it say omo file injunction to make sure say this vetting process will not come on. Stay tuned, stay connected. Equity Dr. Rashid Tanku with this new two MPs Wabomudi, though their name was not out, but my constituencies in this Ablekuma Central and Tema East.
The minority, though 87, that is 87 constituency. That's quite a good number of people in the country asking that put a halt on it. So the vetting, they're not saying that the president shouldn't nominate or anything. Give us time because of the pending legal matters.
I'm happy.
How much does it cost?
No, could you explain that aspect of injunction?
Yes, he has. I want to hear you.
I share his position on that.
Okay.
Very clear. Of what damage is she going to cause on her? That's why the courts refused to injunct any process. Not when she wanted to injunct the committee and all that. On what basis? Because of your parochial interest, the whole country should come to a grind halt. No, we're not going to do that. In any case, when we are even talking of their 87, I have problem with their 87 numbers. That 87 is not even correct. Because we have problem. You do know that there are some challenges against some seats. It's just that it's slow. It doesn't mean that they are still comfortable with it.
Remind me again, which one?
Oh, we're still chasing them with Ablekuma Central and Tema East and all this. Those constituencies think we have the matter. We will resurrect the matter if they continue making.
But until then, they are members of parliament. Have
yeah, they are. But,
so
but
I don't think the minority leader will be happy with this.
We can come in at any point in time. Okay. The matter is still in court. It has not been thrown out yet. So they should hold their horses on that. But let's face it. Let's allow the process. He's a fine gentleman. Bafo Boni is a learned person, and he is ready to do the job of a chief justice. He's acting correctly. So I don't see the interest of minority in this matter. In any case, if we are going to measure them with the same standard they are holding on these people, I don't want to go. But if we are going back to them, then they will come back. The thing they did for 8 years,
okay,
legally, everything of them, terribly bad. And I'm saying that we just allow this to go on. He knows that.
You see, my brother is like a driver who is constantly just looking at the rearview mirror. He cannot look for where to go. You know what happened to you? Accident.
Reverend, if you don't see the driver behind you, you go and do it and hit somebody. What will you do?
There's something that is happening that I think. Once we're in Parliament, I'm happy. Look, these things. I always had the belief that Parliament was the master of its own businesses. So I don't think that this legal process will stop Parliament. I honestly don't think so. I think they're going to go ahead, and I think they're going to vet the nominee, and I think it's going to go through. I don't think the court will do that. But once we are still in Parliament, there's something else that is in Parliament that is important for us to talk about. There was a kerfuffle, a clash between the Speaker of Parliament and the majority leader over the LGBTQ as to what is current status. Fortunately, the Speaker of Parliament ruled, and the Speaker agreed 100% with the President of the Republic, who also said that he believed that that thing had died with the last parliament. But the president did not stop there. The president went ahead and promised this country that he will introduce a public sector anti-LGBTQ. In other words, the Attorney General will deliver that bill. Mr. President, Your Excellency, please keep your word. We don't want a private, because a private member's bill, the way I've read it and I've tried to understand it, they've said a simple challenge. If you put somebody in prison, a simple challenge to it means striking down because of this. So what I'm saying is that I'm praying. So I'm hoping that the president of the republic.
What's the point of order? I'll come to you. What's the point of order?
Let me raise point of order. You know,
what is this point? I never knew raise point. Can we raise that? Can we raise point of order?
You can.
Yes.
You can.
Raise. We are talking of the vetting of.
And you are not the host. You are not the host. You don't.
That's why the panel. The host. That's why I say we should discuss.
You are not the host. You don't the LGBT, so you cannot
do that.
He has his time.
Out of order.
I'm still in parliament. We are in parliament.
He didn't say we should choose anything in parliament. He said we should talk of Bafo Bonny, vetting and all that. You are talking of LGBT. You are out of order. She might be called to order. That's a fact.
He has his time. He has his time.
So he decided to choose. So you should have given me that leverage to choose which I wanted to.
Thank you for your point of order. Noted.
So go back.
He's a political scientist. He decides to want to put some science to what's happening in Parliament.
This morning I agree with the President and I agree with the Speaker of Parliament. The Speaker of Parliament is one of the biggest champions of...
Is this to suggest you don't want to talk about the
I'll rope in. So please, let's get the government-sponsored bill, not a minority bill, and then give it to that as the biggest Christmas gift. Every Christian in this country, 24th night and will say, hallelujah, God bless you, Mr. President, if you give us this bill and sign it to law. Thank you, Mr. President. We are looking out for that bill. Thank you. Coming back, look, Bafo Bonny will be vetted. He will be sworn in. He will become the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, and there's nothing anybody can do about that. But once that is done, my fear, as I've said, is this. It seems that right now, any government of Ghana coming in will bring along their own Chief Justice.
How do you arrive at this conclusion?
I arrived at this because I'm saying that the precedence being set in firing this Chief Justice and bringing a new one will not be kept, nobody will forget it. No, in fact, the grassroots of the NDC love this so much, and the grassroots of the NPP hate it so much so that any new president who comes in and doesn't go by this, your own grassroots will chase you out of the Jubilee.
But you saw the process. The process was sort of walking the path, though.
It's not supposed to be. In fact, on the contrary, I thought that it would have been impossible to remove a Chief Justice. But the process has told me that it is so easy, so simple to do that. You can just do it, like that, and go on. It is the simplest and the easiest thing to do. So that's rather, in fact, on the contrary, that's what I thought that to remove a co-equal arm of government, a co-equal arm of government, there are three arms of government, that's what we teach students, the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature. That to remove a co-equal arm of government, if you tell me that this is easy and can be done on such, like almost like a food delivery menu system, I would have said no. But we have shown that it can be done. We've shown that where there is the political will.
What's the problem? Is it the government or the provision of the Constitution?
I'm not saying this. I'm saying that we've not shown that it can be done.
Who are the we? Who are the we? Government? Because we had a constitution and we have a government. Yes. Who are you blaming? The provision?
I'm not blaming anybody. I'm actually not blaming. I'm just saying I've having watched the whole thing happen. I now know that it's very easy to remove a Chief Justice. That's what I'm saying. Having watched the process from the first day the petition was submitted to when it was done.
Give me a minute.
It is now
very simple. It's easy.
It is.
Do you think it's easy?
Yes. Look, the precedent has been set. The process has been done.
The path has been beaten.
The precedent is there. Everybody that wants to do it.
We just copycat and paste.
Look at the orchestration. If you look at the orchestration, government, we shouldn't set certain things in motion to let people think that it's possible to do.
Quickly, let me interject. As you said, the day former EC chair Charlotte was removed was the day this president was set. The day she was removed, the day that it was set. And now you're going to see...
Who said the president? Or is it not your
I agree.
So why are you talking about this?
But I just agree.
But he's talking holistic.
I'm just talking holistic.
He's talking holistic.
Don't put it as if this government has set a...
No. This government has set a precedent. Yes, I've said that.
What have we done?
You have removed a co-equal arm of government. That's never been done under this public.
It started under NPP.
Hey, Charlotte was not a co-equal arm of government.
No, this woman, the learned Chief Justice, former. former Chief Justice. Do you know that
She was not removed by to remove a co-equal arm of government is the first time under this constitution.
I am saying the process
Charlotte was not a co-equal arm of government, no.
What's the problem with the first time or that?
Good.
Nana Akufo-Addo don't receive a petition again.
And now this president has not made it that it will not be a menu to order. Any new president coming inside will just quickly order it. Oh, remove the Chief Justice and remove the... It will happen.
No,
That's the point I'm saying.
Do I hear you in one breath not happy when Tanko Rashid goes back to the past? But I hear you in another breath envisioning that it can happen when a new government...
He was going to the past, I'm going to the future.
Okay, is that what you are looking for?
Okay, Nanayo, let's hear.
You see how they are. Everybody is watching you.
I'm a Catholic. We're going to Advent. Advent means hope.
Let's hear
Blessed is the coming of the Lord.
I was very
Get into the mood.
I was very quiet when you were speaking.
Nana, it's not true. You know how to interfere. I will interject you once.
You see, number one, Article 146 was not established by any president. It's in the Constitution. And I stated before that I was excited when Article 146 traveled the whole hall, or the end of it, and so that we are able to identify the loopholes. And if, together as a country, we decide to amend Article 146, then we do. I am excited that the former Chief Justice is putting Ghana through this legal battle so that we settle it once and for all. Emifa, when you read the motion or the petition that was filed by the minority, you will notice that they quoted some articles from the 1992 Constitution. I do not know if they actually quoted it considering it in its holistic nature. But one of which they quoted was Article 125. And if you read the clause 3, it says that the judicial power of Ghana shall be vested in the judiciary. Accordingly, neither the president nor the parliament nor any organ or agency of president or parliament shall have or be given final judicial power. The 4 says that the Chief Justice shall, subject to this constitution, be the head of the judiciary and shall be responsible for the 1, administration, and 2, supervision of the judiciary. And it means that, in my view, the judiciary cannot be halted. It has to go on. The judiciary does not end in the office of the Chief Justice. They are in charge of its administration, and the Chief Justice, is the supervisor. That office would have to run. The litigation she's putting us through will not end any soon. And we cannot hold judicial services and activities and administration because somebody is refusing to admit the fact that she has to go home. The two can travel together. If there is a need for us to come back and deal with the matter when the litigation ends and a final judgment is given, why not? We will. But until then, we should have a Chief Justice, and judicial administration and supervision would have to go on. Imagine us not having a president. Zato was talking about 3 arms of government. You were talking about the executive, legislature, and you're talking about the judiciary. And when in your explanation you forgot to tell the Parliament of Ghana, that is a minority, that they do not have the powers to halt work of the judiciary. But if you read the petition they have sent to the office of the Speaker of Parliament, the items...
Actually, Parliament can halt the work of the judiciary.
What has been...
You said I didn't say that, but I'm saying they can do. Parliament has the power to do that. They can simply refuse not to give them money.
The Parliament does not give them money.
Parliament has the power of the purse. They can decide not to approve money to them.
They can decide not to approve their...
Yes, so that's not giving them money.
And the executive... not. And that is why some of us see that there is not absolute...
No, you said I've not said that.
I've said countless times that there is no absolute separation of powers.
They are.
Okay, you scratch my back as well. But what I'm trying to establish is that if you look at the items that have been labeled by the
Actually, Parliament can also refuse to vet them and not put it to work, so they can stop their work.
Majority, they can't stop them.
No, they can decide not to know. You're talking about Parliament. Can decide. You know,
I mean,
you asked
to be fair, he's raising some.
Yes,
some
Parliament can decide to stop their work by not approving their budget. Parliament can decide that any justice that can will not vet you and prove you and cripple them. Parliament can do that.
Let's not pretend that the Parliament we have today has always been like this.
What I'm saying is that some of us belong to the school of thought that there is no absolute separation of powers. If Parliament approves and executives decide not to pay, what happens? And
you cannot decide not to pay, because if it's law, the law says pay this and you don't pay, you cannot say there's no money.
That's not law. That's
the law.
That's not law.
That's the law.
Okay.
That's the law.
Parliament, two of them are basically saying the same.
Parliament will hold you before.
He's saying that this thing has been done. What my brother is saying is that in the belief that he is saying that there are three separation of power. In practice, there isn't a separation. That's what he's saying. Yes, we are thought
in practice, they work together for the republic. Yes. They work together for the state.
Yes, but I think the statement, what my brother Idanaya is trying to say is that we are taught that there are three separation of power, as if that they run independently. But what he's saying is that in practice,
it does not exist.
It doesn't exist.
But even the Constitution says that one has an oversight role.
So that's the point.
And I'm trying to say that we cannot halt the constitutional mandate of the Chief Justice. The office cannot come to a halt. It can't come to a standstill. They have a constitutional obligation. And Parliament cannot halt the constitutional obligation.
And so basically, the minority won't get what they're asking for.
Absolutely. They don't have to get it.
Okay. I have some just 4 minutes, and I want to spend it on the fuel pricing, the fuel price that will be...
the anticipated reduction.
I was doing an hour with you, my dinner, not subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like in the share and file comment section. If I just bring a camera phone, United. Stay tuned, stay connected. I was doing a NDC. Na NDC for AUBR 2024 election overwhelmingly yato abamo muyepa ama NPP for number of parliament no so tay because we had to do na NDC for winning na Dr. Rashid Tanko amiati say there is this seat that new to people Ablekuma Central and Tema Eastern o chirema sa seat we seat bia is under contention together with some of the seats now in the Zaha for no South East, Ablekuma no for the yato, Akwetia so yato, some of the seats we yato too, but was a new seat I mean maintain that that is Ablekuma Central, any Tema East, and any Kwetia, Yamisha.